So hi guys, it's G again. Just another video I'm going to do. This one's done a little bit differently. I'm going to draw it out a little bit. It's still going to be time-lapsed, but I'm just going to slow it down a little bit so you get a chance to see how I do the whole drawing process from start right to the when I finish it. It's just something a little bit different I'm going to try, and I'm going to do a little narration over the top of it just so that you get an idea of what I'm thinking and where I'm going with it. And hopefully you'll enjoy this one too. This one is a little drawing of Ned the Bumblebee. So, a little bit of a different start off today. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a narration of what I was sketching out. So the idea is to introduce you guys to Ned the Bumblebee. He is a pretty refined character. He's likes to think of himself as well educated. He likes to do yoga, and he's a very zen individual. So the whole idea was to see if I could draw him sitting in a kind of meditative pose, and just sketched out the basic position. And during this process I actually had a little bit of trouble doing his hands correctly, and I'd forgotten how hard it was to draw their hands. Bearing in mind that all the insects that I do have little gloves on to give them the fingers and to sort of make it easier for them to be doing stuff, but yeah, I struggled a little bit. So it took me a little bit of time to sort of get it all proportioned and settled, but I did it, and it came out okay. So I wanted to do this in a time lapse that wasn't quite as quick as the other ones. This is a bit of a longer video, but it shows the drawing process a lot more in detail, and I find that quite useful to watch sometimes. It's weird going straight off the bat into a drawing. A lot of artists will say just draw your basic shapes and then fill in the details, and I do that to a degree, but it's one of those odd things. If the drawing works and I'm feeling good about it, then I'll just go at it. But obviously sometimes it doesn't. On this occasion it seemed to go quite well, and it was good fun. I enjoyed doing it. So once I'd got myself the basic shapes and the basic sort of position and pose I wanted for Ned, I then went over the main lines a little bit heavier of the actual character. And as with most of my drawings, I tend to do the main character quite bold and standing out, and the rest of the drawing tends to be a little bit softer, not as sort of standing out as the main character. Again, the background that I drew for this was just done on the fly. I didn't really know what to do, so I just thought, oh, I know, I'll sit him on a rock. What more could you want for a zen environment than just sat on a little rock in the countryside in the quiet? So yeah, that's the basics of what I did, and then it just came to sort of finalising what I wanted, and I took a quick break, had a cup of tea, and then came back, and then I started doing the fine lining. I actually dug out some of my old original drawings for Butterfly and all of his little friends, and yeah, looking back on them all was a real nostalgic little trip. I mean, it was 1992 when I first started drawing them, and then they've just been sat in a cupboard not doing anything for so long, and I thought, you know what, I need to bring these guys back. I need to start sharing them, because they've just been sat there doing nothing. And it's been really nice to be able to get back and and sort of bring them back to life a little bit. As I said earlier, it's a bit of a different type of video. I just thought I'd draw it out a little bit, and I think I might try and do this a little bit more often. So I'll do a couple of faster paced videos where I'm showing you the basic drawing lines and finished product real quick, keeping it a short one. But maybe over the weekends I might just do the ones that just last a little bit longer. You can see the process just a little bit better, and how I go through it. Since I was quite young doing drawing, I'd always use the pencils, quite soft pencils really, and do shading how I thought the lighting would sit. I'm not a professional at it, it's just something that I enjoy doing, but you can guarantee I will always be smudging the lead with my fingers. A lot of people use a bit of rolled up paper or like a stick that's specially designed to do that, but I always use my finger. I just find it gives a real soft blend to it, and it looks a little bit less intrusive. So at this point I'm looking at the drawing and I'm thinking it's about as near to finished as I want it to be. A lot of other people may take it further, but I'm thinking this is quite near the end of where it needs to be, but it's missing something. There's a little bit of balance off where the character is sort of little bit to one side on the paper, so I decided to do a little flower and just to sort of balance the picture a little bit, and that's something that I felt it needed, and I think the finished product looks quite cool for it. You know, it just gives you a bit of idea of scale a bit better, and also it lets you realise that he is just a little bee when he's in a field. So then it's just a matter of finishing the flower, sorting the leaves out and adding a little bit of gentle shading in there just to give it a little bit more depth, and then it's done. And there is the final result. I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave a comment and let me know what you think. Like and subscribe to my channel. It's always going to be really useful and really helpful. Until the next vid, see you then.